The following broadcast is copyrighted by Pearl Municipal Broadcasting for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this broadcast without the written consent of Pearl High School or PMB Sports is prohibited. Well, good evening, Pirate Nation, and welcome into Mugshots here on Riverwind Drive, where we are here for the Justin Hunter Coaches Show as we get ready for region play this week. Coach Justin Hunter joins us now. And, Coach, I know football's all about wins and losses, right?
Right.
But you have got to be so proud of the effort and the strides that your team made last week.
Yeah, I mean, they left it all on the field, played with tremendous effort. It just came down to execution, a couple of different plays, and they executed right there at the end, and we didn't, But I was super proud of the guys. It meant a lot to them. It really, really bothered them that we could not come out and figure out a way to win that ball game. So I was super impressed with them after the game. And again, just like I told you last week, man, we've had 2 great days of practice. They came Monday ready to work, very, very hungry for a W, and I couldn't be prouder.
It's not a question of moral victories because we're not into that.
Right,
We're about winning the game. But, your kids, even though they had that great effort, you could see it in their eyes how disappointed they were
no doubt.
Last Friday night.
No doubt. I mean, it means a lot to them. It means a lot to them because they know how much it means to the community and to their parents and their folks and everything. And, it really, really bothered them, which, some people say, well, that don't matter. Well, it does.
Yeah, it does.
It does in a community like this that football is big and the kids absolutely love it. And I can't wait to see them play again. Just like I said last week, I knew we were going to compete well. I knew they were going to play their hearts out, and they did. I was super, super proud to be their coach.
It's just great to watch them get better and better every single week.
That's right.
And as let's roll the highlights here from Pearl and Warren Central, and there was a lot of good to be seen on our 3rd game of the season. The trip is always tough, and Justin, man, you just came out. The offense was clicking. This hot, quick slant to Jaybird.
I thought we had a really good plan. We knew what they were going to do defensively. Came out early on, had a really good plan because, like I said, we knew what they were going to do. Our plan was to get the ball out quick. They kind of played those outside linebackers really tight in the box, making us throw the football.
But then you go to the T-train.
That's
you
right.
set him up.
That's right.
And running so well is Jamari Thompson.
Played really hard. Offensive line played really, really hard the other night. Created them some big holes, and he hit a huge hole right there, and then, he gets loose to that last one right there. Great open drive, man. We couldn't have started any better.
Yeah, I want to show people the other angle because look at this hole opened by Leo McIntyre and Colby Spence.
I got a Jeep, and I could have drove it through there. It was absolutely great.
Great job by the left side.
That's what we expect out of those guys, man. They show glimpses of it all the time.
And here he is going again on that left side. Jamario across the 35. And that's going to send us, that'll take us to the end of the first quarter. So we flip ends of the field. And now here you go on 4th down here. Said, we're going to go, and let's pull the trick out.
Well, last couple weeks we've thrown it out there to Jaybird a little bit. They're a super aggressive secondary. We talked about it all week, practiced it all week. It looked good all week. That's one of them you just feel really good about. Would like to call it a different circumstance. Really didn't want it to be 4th down. But, just took advantage of their aggression, and coaches did a great job all week of repping it. Kids did a great job of executing it, and
so we took a 14-7 lead there. And the defense, man, they were doing such a great job. This is Nikes Wade. You guys did a great job limiting their quarterback.
We did. The defensive line played really good again. Linebackers did a good job getting the football.
And this one's going to be Malachi Porter and Jeremy Jackson.
Old meatball.
They just really did contain, kept them from making the really big play. And this one I love is Charles Stevens is going to come with the wrap-up. And then Jalen Nickelberry is just going to –
Great job, man. He played an outstanding job. He is really, really, really coming to his own as a football player.
And we're going to get another look at it much better. And you'll watch number 26 on the end zone view. This is just a great takeaway.
It is, man. Charles is taking him down, and Nickelberry said, well, he's going down. Let me take the ball from him, Because we tell him if you're the second or third person there, you go for the ball. If you're the first, you always go for the tackle. And, man, just a great job. Put us in great position right there.
Really?
I don't really know what they were talking about there, the officials, but.
We got it, but here we go. We're going to jump ahead in the half.
Yep.
Right before halftime, the receiver's going to out-jump Jaybird, but, man, what a play here I want you to watch by DJ Hudson, number 22.
Jaybird just mistimes his jump. Jaybird is an absolutely freak of an athlete, and he just mistimes his jumping up, and great hustle by DJ Hudson. And great hustle from them other guys, man. It's easy to watch the ball being caught and just say, oh, man, but great job by them getting to the football. And, man, that's huge right before half. That's a big swing in momentum and everything else.
So we're going to hit the halftime break at 14 after that great play. Third quarter kickoff, man, goes your way. Austin Knight's going to come up with this fumble.
Tell you, Austin's been playing absolutely great on special teams. Special teams is all about effort. With him, you got Austin Knight, you got Marcus Thompson, Cole Copley, man. Them guys seem to get down. Cole Copley, I'm sorry. They seem to get down the field so darn fast. Great at shedding blocks. Man, our defensive coach is really excited, really fired up right there.
It was Landon Moore that made the initial hit right here.
Right there.
And then out comes the football, and we come up with it. Now we drive it right down, and we wind up facing a 4th and 1 from the 2. Actually, on the third down play.
A little too familiar.
Yeah, on the third down play, I thought he got the first down. But nevertheless, here on 4th down, Jamari's going to get, man, that's not happening often where he gets stopped.
It's not, but he's one of those, he's a very strong kid, but he couldn't even get going right there. They kind of hit him right as he got the ball, and just credit their defensive line, man. They swarmed to the football so well.
But then we're stayed tied, and then watch this.
Great effort right there. That's full extension.
Jaybird with a field goal block.
Coach Gregory, who's going to be here later, he's our special teams coordinator along with D-line coach, and we practiced. We actually went through a circuit where we taught them how to block kicks this week, and boy, did it pay off.
It was a great night for Coach Gregory because here I want you to watch Nickelberry again. He's a defensive end on the far end of your screen on the line. He is going to get a rush, get his hand up, tip it, pick it, and take it to the house.
What's crazy is he's did that a couple times in practice. So we've saw that before. He's a better athlete than people probably give him credit for just because he's a defensive end. He's a really good athlete, though.
Well, we were up 21-14, but a big kickoff sets Warren Central right up. It was like right back and forth, and
right.
Here Kendrick is going to go in to tie the score at 21, and oh boy, we're going to overtime. And how was this one going to turn out? In overtime, I think was one of the keys of the game. Landon Moore is going to get great pressure, but he's going to get held and pushed to the ground, which allows Kendrick to get down to the 1-yard line. Really, Coach, a tough play there.
It was. Landon comes up and kind of tries to set the edge, trying to force him back to everybody else. And, that's all I'm going to say about that.
I know.
We'd like to have it tackled back there, but, that's part of the game,
Or at least should have been 10 yards back
I mean,
with a flag, but I can say that. You don't have to.
That's right.
They would score in the next play to go up 28-21. Our first play, Jaybird just trying to make something happen.
Well, you'd like for him to say, we tell him all the time, don't make a bad play a worse play, and if he didn't have anything, just go down right there. We're 2nd and 10, puts us back in about the 18-20, and I think on 3rd down we had a great play. They got it down there close, and I think Shoto just didn't quite see the ball, got up on him pretty quick, and then, on 4th down, they obviously bring pressure and
hard on 4th and 18. 4th and goal from the 18.
That's why the thought on 3rd down was to get half of it. Like I said, we had a hot route. They blitzed and hit Shoto. Pretty good throw by Shade, seeing it, hitting him kind of on the run. But I think it got on him real quick, and I think he just lost it. And it hit him. And I don't know. I don't know what happened. He would have caught it, and we'd have been. It's easier to call a play inside the 10 than it is 18. But that's what happened. And again, so proud of our guys' fight, man. I think. We saw what we're capable of. That team is 3-0, and we were right there that close to beating them several times, and that's been the message. Just the effort is there, the heart is there. We just got to get better at the execution, and I think it's coming. I think both days in practice this week has been really good. I've been really excited about their positive energy, their focus, and all that, because it's easy to drop your head after you lose a couple of games, but that has not been the case, and that's what really excites me as the coach.
All right. Well, the coaches show, we're just getting started here. Next up, the players segment, and you're going to get a chance to hear from two guys that you just saw on the video, Mr. Nickelberry and Mr. Kendrick. So stay with us. The coaches show continues from Mugshots right after this.
When pirates need a feast, they sail to Mugshots Grill and Bar. Voted best burger in Mississippi for 13 years in a row, Mugshots proudly serves fresh, never frozen certified Angus beef. X marks the spot at 2 locations on the map, in Pearl and Riverwind Drive in the movie theater parking lot, and in Flowood on the corner of Airport Road and Lakeland Drive. You can dine in, take out, or order online and pick up curbside. Check out mugshotsgrillandbar.com.
Come smile with Sky. Sky Family Dental of Pearl provides complete dental care for the entire family. Oral exams, cleanings, dentures, implants. Most insurance is accepted and financing is available. Call now to schedule your appointment. Come smile with Sky.
Leave it up to us at Ag Up with the MVP. The powerful John Deere 303080 is priced at a low $22,995 plus 0% financing for 72 months. That's zilch. Zip. 0% for 72 months. Plus, add attachments to get the job done and save 20% off 3. Now is the time to come in to get the job done with the MVP at Mississippi Arkansas Ag. Visit us at any of our 16 locations or online at agup.com.
Thank you for shopping at Mystery Savings Supermarket, where you never know what kind of deal you're going to get. Welcome to Mystery Savings Supermarket. That'll be $9.
But she...
Welcome to Mystery Savings Supermarket, where you never know what kind of deal you're gonna get.
You wouldn't put up with this at a supermarket. Don't put up with it when you buy a car.
So come to Rogers Dab Chevrolet.
It's easier here.
Today's game brought to you by P&B Sports.
All right, welcome back into the Coaches Show live from Mugshots here on Riverwind Drive. Come out and join us every Tuesday night at 6 o'clock. Talk a little football. We're now going to jump into the players segment. And, man, you guys saw these guys in the highlights. Mr. Jalen Nickelberry, Mr. Jalen Kendrick. Man, what a game. I want to start off first with Mr. Nickelberry. You had the ball more than the offense did sometimes there. Tell me what was working for you.
Man, just going after the ball because I know we need the ball back, and I was just going after the ball. My teammates helped me secure the tackle, and I just went for the ball and scripted the ball out.
Tell me that first one, because Charles Stevens, I think, propped him up for you, and you just
yeah, he just let me get it out. So I said, all right, I'll just take that then. And, yeah, that was it right there.
Now, tell me a little bit about the pick six. Let's talk about tipping that ball up.
I was thinking, Coach, all practice, talking about secure the quarterback when he roll out, and that's why I didn't since the quarterback a right hand. I put my left hand up, and I jumped. And I don't even know how I got it. I just tipped it. Then I caught it, and I was running. I had to go because I seen the quarterback coming after me. So I said, run, get in the end zone. And, yeah, that's what I did.
Now, Mr. Kendrick, that was very offensive. Like, what do you give him as a grade for making the catch?
Man, 100.
He gets 100.
Man, he gets 100 for that. Because, like, this is my dude. Like, we grew up playing City League football together. And you got one of them one time.
Yeah.
He got one of them in City League before with the Pearl Cowboys. That's really his second time doing it.
Well, also, take me through the trick play when they threw it out to Jay Bird, and, man, you got behind the cornerback, and it was wide open.
Man, it was just – I knew, like, we needed that play, and, like, I just had to go get that play. Like, I knew, like, coaches and them on the sideline in my head, they were like, Jalen, like, I heard them in my head, like, go get that ball, go get that ball, go get that ball. So, big-time players make big plays.
Is that one of the hardest things, though, to be wide open and then say, I got to catch this?
It's like that. It's peer pressure, like in practice. You don't want to drop no wide open pass. You practice that in practice, I mean, you just can't drop it.
Let me shift back over to the defense. Man, you guys made such great strides from the first 2 games to last week. What was the difference?
Practice, more effort, more energy, practice. Coaches all week talking about effort, energy, and execution. That's what we did in practice. And the position, the transition between last week and this week, man, it was crazy, man. Practice has really been good up there. It's been up there.
Now, for the offense, I mean, this was the first time we saw the offense put a bunch of points on the board. Jalen, what was that?
Man, like we had offense, like we had to just step up because the defense was like doing it, and we had to come together, like we weren't together at first. We had to come together, and once we together, It ain't gonna. I'm telling you, it's gonna get crazy.
Boy, because they start keying in on Jaybird, then you get the T-train rolling.
Oh yeah.
Then they all focus on that. That's going to leave you wide open.
Wide open. Me and Alex, wide open.
So what is this like for you guys now, being able to play through COVID and actually have a season?
Blessed.
Blessed.
Really blessed.
Really blessed. I mean, you got some teams that's not even playing right now.
Some seniors can't even have their senior season.
I'm just blessed, like, to be at Pearl and to be playing right now. That's a blessing to be playing right now.
Yeah, because as a senior, you're a senior. I mean, this would be it for you.
It'll be it. I'm just blessed, like Nickelberry said, blessed.
Well, we got us a great region game this week against Petal Panthers.
Yes,
I think it's a very winnable game. You guys play like you did last week. We're going to come out with a W on Friday night.
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Nickelberry, Mr. Kendrick, thank you so much.
Appreciate
you. guys can go have some good dinner now. How's that?
Sound good.
Y'all hang tight right there for a second. When we come back, it is the assistant coaches corner. We have Coach Mike Gregory, who had a pretty good night watching his guys on special teams and the defensive line. So you stay there. We continue for Mugshots right after this. When you're ready to make a move in Pirate Country, contact Penny Pitts with Havard Real Estate Group in Pearl. Penny is a multi-million-dollar producer and loves to help her clients find the home of their dreams. If you are a first-time home buyer or ready to upsize or downsize, she is the agent for you. Penny is a Pearl High School graduate and an avid supporter of Pirate athletics. Make your move with the home team. That's Penny Pitts, Havard Real Estate Group.
When something works this well,
paying bills? This site is so comprehensive. I do all my banking online. More time for coffee.
You want to get others excited about it too.
Yes, honey. They're very conscientious, and they're about helping us map out a plan for our future.
It's nice to know we make a difference.
It was so easy. They had lots of creative ways to help me afford the loan for the cutest car I've wanted
and
for
that a great
so long.
bank is a really important thing to have. Comprehensive, conscientious, creative, community bank like no other bank you know.
All right, welcome back into Mugshots. We are continuing with the Justin Hunter Coaches Show. Again, come out every Tuesday night at 6 o'clock, have a little dinner, talk a little football, and we've got some good stuff to talk about tonight. We now join the Assistants Corner, and we've got Mike Gregory in here with us. And, well, Justin told us, you get to coach special teams, the defensive line. That was a pretty good night for you last week.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good night, but I guess, the coach in me and everything else, I tend to focus on the few negatives because, the few negatives are highlighted and you look at those and you say, man, those could have been the difference in the game.
Well, when we had Nickelberry up here, the strides that your defense made from the first two games of giving up big plays to quarterbacks to last week where you really did a good job of containing him.
Well, I think it's partially with all the coaches. We're trying to come together and come up with different plans, and the kids have bought in, and the kids are executing. And last week was more of a we preached effort and turnovers, and I think the kids showed it on the field. The effort was there, the turnovers were there. So I mean, I think whatever we preach and practice, I think the better off we're going to be.
I swear, I think I saw you jump out of your shoes on Nickelberry's tip pick.
You got to get excited in moments like that. It's not very often that a defensive lineman scores.
Not like that anyway. I mean, tips it up to himself and then takes it into the end zone.
Exactly.
We're going to talk about Petal in a few minutes with Coach Hunter, but they present a true passing game for you, probably the first true just drop-back passer. So how have you been working on that this week?
Obviously the secondary guys have been pulling their hair out a little bit more than us, but we're defensive front's been working on hopefully some pass rush tactics and some things to try to help them guys out and get some pressure and maybe kind of relieve some of the stress off the back end of the defense.
Well, and this guy does not appear to be very mobile, not like Zy McDonald.
Well, I don't know. Yeah, I want to prepare as if he is.
Okay.
It's one of those we don't want to go into it unprepared and him slip up on us because the dude is a good athlete.
Kind of like Collins was for Madison Central, not known for running, but you give him a space, and
exactly.
there he goes.
So we've kept Madison in mind with the rush lanes and trying to keep our rush lane integrity and trying to get there. And when we do get there and we get to him, let's get him down.
Again, we're not into moral victories, but you've watched these guys grow one game to the next to the next. They look really good on last Friday.
They definitely are. They're growing up before our eyes, and it's kind of like we said in the coach's office a couple of times. A young team like this, we just hadn't figured out how to win one yet, and that's the problem. Once we figure out, I think being a young team, showing that actual sign of growth and maturity, is the effort's got there, the execution's got to come, and now we've got to actually get in one of these and win it and figure out how to win it. Last week the effort was there. We just didn't execute, and we didn't, being a young team and inexperienced, we didn't win it.
Well, I know you guys are going to get them ready. We're going to have them back at home, open up region play. The first 3 games don't matter.
That's it. New season.
None of those games count. Now it all counts, and we can win them for real. And I feel good about this Petal game.
I sure hope so.
All right.
I'm feeling better and better each day with practice.
All right, that is Coach Mike Gregory. Special teams and the defensive line, keep an eye out for them Friday night on the broadcast or at Ray Rogers Stadium. When we come back, Coach Justin Hunter will join us again, and we will take a closer look at the Petal Panthers. So stay tuned. The Coaches Show continues from Mugshots right after this.
For the best brands at the best prices, shop the outlets of Mississippi. I-55 and I-20 in Pearl.
Public service has always had a very special place in my heart, and to be able to do it and be a first responder as a reserve, when you're not getting paid, that's just one of the most selfless acts you can do. I think we all have a responsibility to our towns and our communities.
Well, for me, it's simple. I mean, when you say local, that's what's most important to me. Our citizens inside this county, we all care for each other, and we do everything we can to help everybody out. I am Shane Fletcher with Farm Bureau, and we are the home team.
When pirates need a feast, they sail to Mugshots Grill and Bar. Voted best burger in Mississippi for 13 years in a row, Mugshots proudly serves fresh, never frozen certified Angus beef. X marks the spot at 2 locations on the map, in Pearl and Riverwind Drive in the movie theater parking lot, and in Flowood on the corner of Airport Road and Lakeland Drive. You can dine in, take out, or order online and pick up curbside. Check out mugshotsgrillandbar.com.
Pepsi's always had great taste. Today, try great taste with zero sugar. This is the Pepsi with zero compromises. This is Pepsi Zero Sugar.
This is the Pepsi for serious fans and serious eats. This is the Pepsi for Sundays at the ballpark and days off at your favorite pizza joint. Right, Aaron?
Best slice in New York.
Whatever you're craving, this is the Pepsi for you.
Today's game brought to you by P&B Sports.
All right, welcome back into the Coaches Show here at Mugshots, and we're going to bring Coach Hunter back in as we're going to talk about the Petal Panthers, and it's a coach you know very well, Coach Marcus Boyles, formerly at Pearl one time. They are 2-1. They beat Brookhaven. They beat Laurel. Right. Man, last week they lost at West Jones. They were up 17-0 and 31-14, but gave up 20 in the fourth quarter.
They got real relaxed. You could just tell on the film they went from an attack mode to more of a let's sit back, make them throw short passes, whatever, and let the game end. And I came back. They probably should have just kept playing their game. It's really easy, especially for kids, to kind of take their foot off the gas when it looks like the game's in control. I think we've all been a part on one end or the other of that kind of game, and that's just the type of game it was.
Well, we're going to roll some highlights of that game, and we're going to get a look at what exactly the Petal Panthers do well. And it's mostly passing. They love to throw. Senior quarterback Jackson Allen, who you said is a transfer, he's going to throw off and show off his arm here.
He does. He's got a big arm. He's got 2 really good receivers he throws to.
That one goes for 73 yards.
They can really run.
Is Terrence Robinson going to be all right this week? Then they can also run it. Here's a little inside handoff that gets him into the end zone for another score.
Big zone team up front. They believe in inside zone. Coach Boyles has always been about that everywhere he's ever been.
Here they're going to come up with an interception by pressuring the quarterback, just making him uncomfortable.
That's when they were bringing the pressure early on. It was working, getting him off his spot. And like I said, late in the game, it was not exactly like that.
Here's what I like. This is where we could capitalize. Punt return for a touchdown for Wes Jones. I could see us doing this. It'd be great if this happened.
We've got a pretty good plan, punt return, punt block this week. We've practiced it pretty hard both days, and just make sure the kids understand what's kind of going on, because they've had a couple of weak moments in special teams.
Well, and here's where the defense just needs to tackle. Here it's going to be a little quick throw, but it's going to turn into a touchdown.
Then watch him run. They can run, man.
Runs away from him. But again, the other thing I like, they're not invincible. Petal came back. They lost this game last week, 34-31. Here they give up the long TD pass, so this has got to make you salivate just a little.
They got double moves on the safety right there. Kind of acted like he was going to go across the field. The safety kind of bit to attack it, and then he kind of bent back right behind him. Great throw by the quarterback.
Well, so we put the first season behind us. We now open up the second season. It appears, given the way we played last week and what we do well, we kind of match up pretty well with this Petal team.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, great first 2 days of practice. Very similar to last week, their first 2 days of practice. We know what they're going to do, just like we did last week. It's just going to come in to execute. That's been our kind of our word of the week, so to speak, is just execute. And like I said, I think the kids have handled it really well. I think they understand that, we'd love to be 3-0 right now, but this starts a second season, and they understand what we have to do to get in the playoffs. And that's kind of, we've talked about it a lot this week, just letting them know kind of where we stand and everything, and they understand, and I think they're going to be ready to roll.
But as a coach, you've been through a lot of different teams, and a young team like you have now that's learning. I don't want to say that they're better off for being 0-3, but if they were 3-0, they might think they were better than they were and not as hungry. They just look hungry.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good point, and I think Coach Gregory said a while ago, our guys are learning how to win. These kids were not a part of the 16-0 team. I mean, they're learning how to win, and it's a group of kids that are really hungry for a win, like you kind of said. And I'm really excited to see them get it. They work so hard. The coaches work so hard. The community loves football. I mean, everybody deserves a win. And that's what we're working really hard to do right now.
Offensively, fans love points. The way the offense seems to be starting to come together now with wide receivers doing great blocking downfield. You get that ball out to Jay Bird, just let things happen. Jamari's going to do Jamari. And then you leave guys like Kendrick wide open when they focus in on them. That's a good problem to have.
Right. I think we're getting better. And just go back to the first half, we were pretty solid on offense. We had some opportunities, didn't cash in, but we were pretty solid. And then they changed up defense in the second half, so we changed up kind of the plan. And we didn't execute it as well in the second half just because they made just a little wrinkle just with bringing a safety down and going more of a 4-4 look than a 4-3, and that kind of, I guess it messed with us. And we told them on the sideline, hey, this is what they're doing now. This is what's there. And just like I said, just couldn't make that play. If you remember, we had Jay Bird on a slant at the 3-by-1. The coverage gives you the inside slant. It was just a little bit out of his reach, and he still about caught it. And just some things like that. It was very similar to week one. We just missed on a couple things, But that's in the past. One of our things is so what, now what, and where do we go from here, And, again, I'm excited to watch them compete. I'm excited to see them play, and excited to see them get their first W.
I've had fans ask me that watch pregame, what does drip 20 on the back of the shirts mean? Can you say?
Drip is a cultural term right now, I guess you could say. And so we kind of was trying to come up with their slogan for the year. Like last year was earn it with the 19 in it or whatever. And just came up, and each word stands for something else. It's just desire, relentless, intensity, and physicality. So it's not anything bad or anything. It's just they have a kind of a symbol that they do with it, and there's songs out talking about drip and all. It's just we always want to make it fun for the kids. If we can come up with stuff all day long, but if they don't relate to it and things like that, so they really like that. They really got excited about that. They're always talking about bring the drip and things like that. And but that's all it is, and they've enjoyed it. So we let them roll with it. So
that's what the fans get here. There's the insight into that kind of stuff. Well, hey, Friday night we've got all of our broadcast stations will be available to you. You're able to watch it on experience. It looks really, really good, especially when we have those really good plays. So make sure you check it out online. And, Justin, we're expanding the fans out a little bit. You should have some more people in the seats. We look forward to the home opener. Good luck to you.
Thank you so much. We're excited.
All right, we will talk to you all Friday night from Ray Rogers Stadium. Kickoff at 7. Pregame show starts at 6:30. But remember, fans, every day is a great day to be a Pirate.
Thank you for watching PMB Sports. The preceding broadcast is copyrighted by Pearl Municipal Broadcasting for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this broadcast without the written consent of Pearl High School or PMB is prohibited.